What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to basketball, and more importantly, welcome back to Last Week in the Film Room. This is a series where I take you guys into my world for a little bit, and what does that mean? A lot of film and a lot of analytics. You should really look at this series as kind of your weekly recap as to how individual players are performing throughout the NBA, and we take a look at them via the film and via the analytics. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at some of the top performers of the week, compare them to the rest of the players around the association, how they're performing throughout the year. I've got some top sleepers for you this week, people that are having some off weeks. We'll touch on the rookie report a little bit, and then finally we'll finish off with some standings, meaning I'm going to talk about each team around the association and try to give you a little update on what's going on with each and every one of them. But before we get into all of that, make sure that you guys like, subscribe, and comment. I've responded to every single comment to my YouTube channel up to this point, and I intend to keep on doing so. As always, thank you guys for helping me cross 8,000 subscribers. That's a pretty nuts number. Honestly, it feels like the channel is just going up and up and up, and I just never really expected that. We've got a lot of great content on the channel from last week if you didn't catch it. Second episode of the rookie report, another progress report that was really interesting. You can watch last week's Last Week in the Film Room, and we've got some trade ideas as always to kind of keep us up to date on all the rumors around the NBA. But with all that being said, let's start getting into the video. And that brings us back to the Last Week in the Film Room spreadsheet. For those of you that are new to the series or just the YouTube channel in general, because like 60% of you typically are on any given video, I like to build these spreadsheets to kind of help articulate and visualize the stories that I'm trying to tell here on YouTube. So I went and built this just to kind of help guide us through the video and the topic. So what are you looking at right now? These are all statistics from this last week in the NBA. It's actually a Sunday to Sunday view. I then record this on like a Monday and get it to you guys on a Tuesday. That's just a little bit of background on what the data is coming from. So we've got our top 20 point leaders from this last week. Please note that on all of these stats, there are qualifiers on them. You have to play in at least 2 games in the week, right? And if you want to appear on our field goal percentage weekly leaders or our 3-point percentage weekly leaders, you got to take at least 5 shots or 3 3-pointers to appear on both of those respectively. We also have this little search tool here that we can use to pull up specific players as we need to. All right, let's start with covering just like our top scorers of the week and top performers. And look, I could break into the film of this guy every single week of Nikola Jokic, but we're not gonna do that. I feel like we're all watching Jokic and just being in awe. Anyway, you guys can kind of do that on your own time. It's just gonna be me kind of just gushing over him the whole time if I do that, but let's just highlight that in 3 games this week, this guy scored 39 points per game. Great in and of itself. 8 assists, 13 rebounds, got you over a steal and a half, shot 73% from the field and 64% from 3. And if you're like, EVC, is that an anomaly on the year? That's actually a good fucking question for once, Billy. Nope, no, it's really not. The dude's averaging basically 30, 10, and 13 on the year, or really almost 11 assists, and he's shooting 67% on the season and 42% from 3. So yeah, Jokic, what do you do to stop him? I don't know. I don't think you can. This is getting into just ridiculous territory at this point, if it wasn't already. Shout out Jokic. Larry Markkinen having another really great week. Across the association. A lot of these points per game coming in that last game against the Bulls last night, where he put up like 40-something points or whatever. But again, Larry Markkinen continuing to just crush it. To all those dum-dums not watching basketball saying before the season, like, oh, Larry Markkinen, not a great season this last year. It's like, well, you got to understand the context of like how the Jazz used him last season, and they kind of put a cap on his playing time because they were trying to lose some basketball games. But Markkinen looking great this year. Everyone's still going to try to trade for him. I don't think it's going to happen. Quick other note, by the way, before we get into any more, I try to always say this in every video. I know. This is what, the 4th episode of this series now. Let's still try not to overreact to anything in particular that we're seeing. We have a lot of data that suggests that it takes about 20 games before teams really start to get flowing in an NBA season, and we're still only, what are we, like 13, 14 games in? So give it maybe another week, and then we'll start judging things a little bit harder, right? Like, don't go trying to trade all your players and stuff right now. Just don't. Shout out James Harden. He's been balling as of late. Obviously, the Clippers pretty banged up at this point, and he's having to do a lot for them, so shout out to him. The first guy that we're going to cover some film on in this video is actually Norm Powell, who I've wanted to kind of cover at other points this season, but I feel like now is kind of the appropriate time because in this last week, almost 33 points per game. Not many assists. That's one thing that we'll touch on. Dude's not really moving the ball around a ton. When he catches the ball, he's looking to score right now, and that's awesome. 3 rebounds, still the peak of efficiency that he was this last season. He's having a great year for the Miami Heat. We're going to be diving into some film later in this video, kind of talking about what's working well for him. Victor Wembanyama up there, Shea, Giannis, Luka. All the names you expect to see. The next guy we're actually going to dive into some film on, and I hesitated to do this one because I kind of wanted to do another video on him potentially at some point. We could always do that later in the season, is Shaedon Sharpe, just because, look, he is a top 10 scorer this week, which is pretty nuts to say. 30 points per game. There's an ambulance going by. Hopefully you don't hear that too much. 5 rebounds, 1 steal. Pretty solid from the field. Still can't quite get the 3-point shot to fall, but I figure it's worth taking a quick look at Shaedon Sharpe and being like, hey, what's going on with him right now? Because like the scoring totals have been pretty high this season at 22 points per game. So let's give a quick look, and then maybe in a couple weeks we'll revisit in like a progress report video or something if people are interested. Other common names here: Kevin Durant, Donovan Mitchell, Anthony Edwards, Steph Curry, Maxey. Denny continues to find himself pretty high on this list. Will he be an all-star this year? Maybe. Jalen Brunson, Devin Booker, Michael Porter Jr., the third person we're going to look into here. And now, Michael Porter Jr. has a unique nickname of Michael, like, never swing the rock, Michael IN possessions Porter, right? Because typically in his role with the Nuggets, he's catching the ball, letting that bitch fly, right? That's what he does. Great catch and shoot player. With the Nets and the talent that they have on this team, he's being asked to do a little bit more, and he had a couple games this week where he's like dishing out the assists and everything, and I'll be honest, like I've been very surprised with his play so far. Not extremely efficient in these games, but obviously the context of him, he has to try to do anything for his team on any given night to try to help them only lose by 30, right? But 26 points per game, 7.5 rebounds, over 4 assists, like very interesting week. So I figured, yeah, let's dive into MPJ and kind of see what's going on here. Then it finishes off with Brown and Karl Anthony Towns. Again, we'll dive into these 3 later, but let's kind of take a look at our league leaders in statistical categories this last week. In terms of assists, Jalen Johnson, this is a guy we got to put up on screen, and I really thought about making him kind of one of the cover people to kind of feature this week. We did cover him like in a video like last week or whatever, where we were kind of breaking down the film or whatever. He's really been stepping up in past weeks with Trae Young down, which has been really, really cool to see. He's kind of been one of those guys that we're like, is he going to hit that like borderline all-star status? And so far this season, he's at least in that category, right? 24 points per game, 12 rebounds, 9 assists this last week. Very good stats going into the season. The 3-point shot is finally starting to fall a little bit. Very, very exciting times for him. The question will be, right, when Trae Young comes back, what happens, right? What kind of role does he fall into? So I'll be curious to see about that. Other leaders in assists are honestly names that you typically see. James Harden, Collier will always get his assists up and follow it up with a ton of turnovers. Honestly, they haven't been like too bad so far, but still a little bit goofy. Shea kind of finding himself up there, and then Drew Holiday, names that maybe you expect to see up there. Rebounding leader, shout out Khalil Ware up there this week. Nikola Jokic, as always. Wembanyama, Karl Anthony Towns, and then again, Jalen Johnson finding himself in the top 5 for assists and rebounds this week, and honestly not that far off from our points leaders. Steals this last week. Let's shout out Mikal Bridges a little bit, because I feel like he actually had kind of a rough week like offensively, and yeah, like it could be worse or whatever. I feel like there's been some interesting discourse with Bridges where people are like, oh, look at like his numbers now or whatever, now that he's not like the only guy on like the Brooklyn Nets or whatever, and it's like, you realize he's playing next to Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns, Anunoby's having like a ridiculously good season, and they actually have people like scoring off the bench as well. Not everybody's going to score all this, so I like what Bridges is doing, still being a big contributor on defense. Marcus Smart, I know he didn't have a good offensive week. Oh, I also want to touch on, your boy was traveling a lot this week for business and stuff. Your boy was pretty busy, had 2 different business trips that I had to go to, talking to some teams and stuff like that. Your boy did not watch as much film as he would like to this week, so some of this is going to be new for me to watch this week as well, which I kind of enjoyed doing with you guys. But I always read the box scores every night, and I take notes, and I'm like, okay, I want to try to get to this film, I want to try to get to this and see what's going on. Your boy's paying attention, just didn't watch as much film as I would have liked to this week. But Marcus Smart, knew he was struggling a bit offensively this week. Defensively, still getting involved. Jeremiah Fears up there. It's always great to see a rookie in one of the statistical category leaders. Pelicans are just kind of throwing their rookies out at this point and saying, fuck it, let's see what happens. Shout out Reed Shepherd for being on here. I love Reed Shepherd's steals. because it feels like so many of them are he gets blown by on defense and then people just kind of forget about him, and he is so good at getting blown by and then running up behind people and like stealing the ball back or something like that. It's so funny to watch. So shout out Reed Shepherd, man. It's a nifty party trick. Jimmy Butler, a guy that you would maybe expect to see up there. Your block leaders, Wemby, Rudy, Nick Claxton. Shout out big man Scotty Barnes. I'm just considering him a big man at this point. It is really cool to see what the Raptors are doing with him this season. Let's pull up some Scotty Barnes numbers just so you can kind of take a look at this. 19 points per game, 10.5 rebounds, 6 assists this last week. On the season, extremely productive. And mind you, you might be like, OEVC doesn't score 20 points a game. That's fucking stupid, Billy, but also a lot of big scorers on that team as well, like Quickly, RJ Barrett, Brandon Ingram, right? These are guys that are out there getting buckets as well. Scotty Barnes is having a really cool season, especially on the defensive end. I encourage you guys to go watch how they're using him. And then Musa Ceci for the Mavericks or whatever, just being big out there. Shout out him. That's awesome. Field goal percentage leaders. We stand with Kalkbrenner and just playing the goofiest unguarded style of basketball I've ever seen. Like it's so fun to watch him, just like no one really like cares that he's on the court and he's just gonna keep doing his thing. And I am so here for it. Shout out Ryan Kalkbrenner. We applaud it. 83% from the field this week. How many games did he play in this week? It was 3 games, 13.6 rebounds, block and a half. Give hands off, or hats off to Kalkbrenner. Rudy Gobert, actually good to see him on that list. Jakob Poeltl, Justin Edwards had one really crazy game for the Sixers this last week. It's only 2 games with 17 points per game, 75% from the field, 66% from 3. So yeah, Dude went off. He's a guy I can't wait to see him kind of develop a little bit more over the next couple years. And then DeAndre Ayton, Lakers fans. It continues to go pretty well for the dude so far this season. On the season, 16 points a game, 8.5 rebounds, almost getting you a block per game, about 70% from the field. That's nice. The defense has honestly been pretty good overall. Like there's still like stuff to clean up, don't get me wrong, and it's early in the season, right? So anything can happen, but I've been pretty happy with the performance so far. I'll be really curious to see when the Lakers get completely healthy, kind of what everything looks like. So shout out the Lakers. I think they're being coached really, really well. And then finally, your 3-point shooting leaders, Javon Carter. Great. Yeah, he got in some minutes this week for the Bulls. Got to shoot it a couple times. He ended up there. Karis LeVert. Interesting to see him up there. The Pistons, and we're going to talk about the Pistons a lot later in this video because they currently find themselves still in first place despite like all of their best players being injured. They basically threw out like an entire bench lineup and still like beat a bunch of teams, and so just shout out them for sticking strong and doing what they need to do. Again, we already talked about Justin Edwards. Nikola Jokic up there is just unfair. And shout out Vit, man. Vit had an awesome game for the Hawks this week. Why is Vit not coming? Oh, it's because the I isn't actually an I. I don't even have a picture for Vit. That's just straight up disrespectful. But this week, 16.5 points per game and shooting the shit out of the basketball. He was out there contributing for the Hawks. So we shout out Vit. But anyway, we've got 3 guys that we want to highlight from this week, so I suggest we start getting into the film. We'll start with Norman Powell and kind of work our way from there. Alrighty, like we said, the first player we're going to be diving into is Norman Powell here. This is actually a game against the Knicks where they unfortunately lost. It was a very high-scoring game. Looks like it was a cup game as well. And in this game, I just lost him. There he is. Norman Powell, 12 for 22, 8 for 15 from 3. Extremely efficient. Got to the free throw line a little bit. No assists. We kind of talked about that. It's not really what he's doing, but he's not turning the ball over either, man. He is getting those shots up, and he is making them just straight bucket getter. I don't think we're going to dive into the defense too much for this one because this is more so trying to highlight Norman Powell and like the super efficient scorer that he is. So without further ado, let's kind of start to get into this. Quick thing for YouTube. These videos get demonetized all the time, guys, and they're going to continue to, just because that's how big business works. As soon as they see this film, they're going to flag it and take away any revenue stuff. I'm just putting it out here that this is educational content, YouTube. I'm not trying to pass this off as my own content or anything else. I'm using my expertise to add layers onto these clips and really make it new transformative content. So I should be protected under fair use, but they're going to demonetize me anyway. Let's get into the film. I tried my best. Alrighty, right off the bat, Love this blue court. It's kind of sick, kind of cool. Alrighty, what do we got right here? The Heat, very interesting offense, right? Because not a lot of on-ball screens typically happening for them this year. It's a lot of driving and cutting, right? Setting screens for other people off the basketball. It's really interesting to watch. So here we go. Norm Powell, he's just going to get right into this thing. So let's see it. Let's see it off the catch right here. And for those of you that don't know, my background in NBA, like player development and just player development in general from my time in coaching, my specialty was always shooting, so I always like to break this stuff down a little more. Let's take a look at it. Lands on the 2 feet pretty well, going straight up and down. Doesn't quite jump together like we'd want to, and he's got a little bit of twist in this jump shot. We want you just jumping together so that you can go straight up and down. Feet at pretty good angles for the most part. That shot's going up, and it's short. You know what might have helped it out a little bit is if we actually kind of jumped together so we had a little bit more power going straight up with it. But again, he's kind of peak efficiency at this point, so I can't flag it too much. Oh, big homie stressed out already. Here we go. He's just getting right into these looks, man. He's getting right into it. Let's see. Right off the bat, landing pretty balanced. I hate that double clicking always does this. One of the things that I notice right away is he has 1 foot pointing towards the rim. You always want both your feet, as you hear me say in all these videos, 45 degrees opposite of the shooting arm. He's a righty, so you want him 45 degrees to the left. This right foot here, that one looks really good. We go up, and it does kind of fix itself, which is interesting, but funny enough, the other foot starts to bow out a little bit more with it. And look, he's making the shots, right? So I can't complain too much about it. We jump together a little bit more on this one, and it is just butter. Just butter. What do we got now? What do we got now? And you can just tell when he's coming up the court right now, he's got good grip on the ball, right? Like he's just got he's in control right now. You can just tell he's kind of flowing right now. He's like, all right, what do I want? You know what? I'm gonna take another little jumper right here. That's tough, man. He's just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm feeling myself. I'm the scorer on this team. Let me do what I got to do. Let me do what I got to do. Can't wait to see what happens when Tyler Hero comes back and stuff. I'm very curious. Here we go. We're trying to create a little something here. That's just a tough jumper, man. That's a tough jumper. And look, you got to create something at the end of the shot clock, so you got to get whatever open look you can. He generates space. Shot looks pretty good. It's in and out. Not much you can do about that, man. That's just life sometimes. Here we go. Bring the ball up the court. Ooh, I would have liked to have seen a swing here. Deuce actually doing a pretty good job defensively right here. Here we go. Demean getting right into it. Okay, we punch the ball back out. Look what I found. Ooh, what's going to happen here? You would have thought, made a couple shots already. Maybe I'm going to take a little jumper right here. Shamit looks like he's about to be doing. Shamit's another guy we could have highlighted this week. Dude was on one this week. Maybe we could have gone straight into the jumper, but pretty damn awesome closeout by Landry Shamit with that one. See? This is why you don't just jump at 3-pointers, right? You kind of stunt at a little bit more, chop your feet. That way you're actually able to contest the real shot. He hits it anyway. He hits it anyway. And if we can just take a look at Norman Powell's shooting chart this year, overall, pretty damn efficient. Very kind of just equal all around the 3-point line. Getting to the rim as well. It's pretty damn good. These are mostly floaters, I would presume. So you're feeling pretty good about that in general. And then again, just taking a look at some of the percentages and stuff at the 3-pointer, it's looking great. So shout out Norm, man. Shout out Norm. Percent assisted as well. He is still playing without the basketball a decent amount for this as well, which is making it even more impressive. But yeah, let's get back into this film. Here we go. Oh, an unavailable one. Absolutely love that. Where are we going? Where are we going now? Where are we going now? Oh, we're streaking out. Let's see what kind of happened here. What broke down? Cat, I need you getting to the rim first, my boy. Always need the big man. First guy kind of back to get the rim first. And instead, we're going to attack. We're going to finish through. That's so tough. Cat's not stopping nobody at the rim. His big man defensive skills, not quite as impressive. Or just not very good at all. So shout out Norm Powell for that one. Here we go. Where are we at right here? We're in the corner. We got 2 guys in dunker spots. This is interesting. What's going on right here? We've attracted a ton of attention for no real reason. I'm not sure why Shamit's still helping over here. Are they in a zone? They're not in a zone. I'm not quite sure what happened here, but they bumped off pretty well in it. So Fair enough. What happened with that clip? I don't even know. But whatever. Here we go. What do we got over here? Norm Powell. So now we're in kind of a zone here for the Knicks. So we're in somewhat of a 2-3 right here. So the Heat are trying to do the right thing, 2-3 zone, and really any zone. Your goal is to get to like this free throw line extended right here. So Jaime Jaquez is kind of playing that middle of the court right here. Davion's trying to get there. Ooh, this was interesting. Let me see this really quick. Let me see this. So we make the pass back. What happens? Jaime Jaquez steps in the way so he can set the screen on Deuce for a little flare. He doesn't really hold it, I suppose, but he's able to land, get a nice little jumper off. Oh, in and out. Not much you can do about that. I need Ware to not try to tip that one backwards as well. Here we go. We're flowing. We're flowing. What are we going to do? Are we dancing? Oh, yeah, let's just go. Let's just go. You can try to stop me with the left. With the left, the control is nuts. Notice, kids. When we're getting going to the rim, right? We're getting going to the rim. Notice, he takes contact, keeps his feet pointed towards the rim where he wants to go, and once he beat him, he tries to get in front of him, right? So he can't recover anymore, and he can hold off Bridges now. Hart's going to try to contest. Maybe he could have dumped this off to Larson or whatever. It's not the easiest one because Cat is still there, and guess what? He takes it up because he can actually use his left hand and finish through. Great stuff. Very impressive stuff. Another one not available. What's going on here, NBA.com? Come on now. Here we go. We're passing it to the corner. What's going on here? We're back in the zone. It looks like if we're the Knicks, back in a 2-3 zone. What's going to happen? You got the big on you. You're going to try to attack, or is this going to be like one of those where you rip through a step, into a step back, into a corner three kind of fadeaway? People like to do that one a lot nowadays. Ooh, I didn't expect the little cross. You would have gotten me as well, Norm. You would have gotten me as well. Ooh, that's a tough cross. Very tough. All right, the little scoop through as well. You kept the ball nice and low because look at this. Look at this. Notice how he puts the ball down and kind of pushes it out like that. Nobody's going to take the ball from you there. Shut up. Oh, if he would have made that, the left little scoop, that's a tough-ass look, man. Norm, he's crafty, and the fundamentals are just so sound. Here we go. Here we go. Are we in more of a 3-2 now? I don't think so. I think it just happens to look that way because of where all the Heat players are standing. What are we doing? We're attacking. We get by. We can finish with the left. Oh, we can't quite finish with the left. I trust that that's a very makeable shot for him, though, typically. Here we go. Here we go. What I'd like to see Ware do right here, and I know this is supposed to be focused on Norm Powell, but I always just try to give you guys kind of the in-depth breakdowns whenever I see things. What I'd love to see out of Ware here is kind of slipping through this right here to try to create a little gap. And what he can do is he can go between Shamet and Deuce right here to kind of set like a little ghost screen or whatever. Davion can keep getting towards the middle of the court then, and Cat's going to have a really hard time following him through all of this, and you'd be able to get an alley-oop for Ware. But these are just young guy things that they don't know any different yet. Instead, he kind of ends up setting the little ghost screen thing for him there. He jumps together. That's a tough jumper. Very, very nice for Norm Powell. Here we go. Here we go. Ooh, Davion, you might have missed Larson on that one. Probably missed Larson, but again, like the balance on it is pretty incredible that he like lands so well. God damn it, that's always so annoying. Jumps together, a little bit of a twist in it, so that one's a little bit off because he couldn't quite go straight up and down. It looks like he knew it too when he released it. So it's gonna happen. Get a three off. Ware getting in there. We know he was one of the guys big on rebounds this week. Here we go. Oh, swinging over to your best player. Jump together. That's for me. That's for me. Again, twist on the jumper, but if he's making them, he's making them. You're not going to hear me complain about it too much. Here we go. We're dancing. We're being strong. I love this. I love this. So watch this. We're dancing. We're getting to the rim, right? That's all great. That's really cool. Play off of 2 feet. He's a shorter, kind of stockier build, right? You play off 2 feet. You're nice and balanced. That way you can go straight up, get the ball right up and over the big man. You have all the control in the world, and you get the and one. I'm not sure I saw the and one, but let me see. Oh, yeah, no, it's an and one. Like, Cat, you tried to sit on his lap, dude. Can't be sitting on his lap. You're not that type of cat. All right, here we go. Here we go. What do we got? We're dancing some more. That's just tough if he hits that. Okay, he's disgusting. Not much else I can say about that. Otherwise, he's outside of just he's good at basketball. Here we go. What are we doing now? Oh, we're just pulling up again. Landry Shamet knew it as well. He's like, ah, shit, Josh. Ah, shit. You got to step up and guard him. You better step up and guard him. Ugh. I'm here for it. I'm so here for it. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Okay, okay. I would have lost myself a little bit. And look, they needed the points too. They needed the points too. They're pretty much down at this point. We're just trying to take some shots. All right, fair enough. And just a little bit short. Okay, we're kind of out of the interesting stuff now. Let's move on to who was I taking a look at here? It was Shaden Sharp for this next one. Again, like we talked about, Shaden Sharp, pretty good week this last week, especially in the scoring column. If I was to pull up Sharp's numbers for the year, it's kind of still what you expect to see out of him, and I don't necessarily mean that in a good way. The 3-point shot still not quite falling for him this season, and again, very early on in the season, right? Not as great at the rim as you would expect him to be too for a player that's as athletically gifted as he is, and I'm going to be curious to kind of take a look at some of that over the coming weeks to be like, hey, why is that, right? Like, do we just not have some of the fundamentals and ball control that we need to finish there? Because you should have the skill set or the athletic ability to kind of help yourself out with some of that stuff. And still not really seeing like a ton of playmaking chops out of him yet, so kind of just like a scoring guard at this point in his career. If we want to take a look at the shooting chart, you see this, like the fact that it's a little bit more all over the place, that might lend a little bit to Portland's offense. Like I haven't found it to be like completely impressive. It's a lot better than it was last season. That's just having like guards like Holiday that can actually help stabilize them a little bit more, but I don't know. Like, it doesn't feel like all that great, and I feel like some of it just is on him and just not knowing exactly what type of scorer you want to be at this point. But the shot attempts are getting up. Ooh, are they getting up? He's also having to create a lot of his own shots right now as well, which is kind of interesting, right? Because guys like Denny have the ball quite a bit, and so did Drew Holiday. So it's like, okay, what kind of offense are we really running here is kind of my question. But yeah, let's take a look at Shaden's buckets from this game, and I'll be curious to kind of break it down. Mind you, they are playing against the Pelicans, who are a less than ideal team this season is the best way to put it. But hey, let's break it down. They're NBA players. Derek Queen doing his Derek Queen thing right here. If this pass is about to go over, that is not one that you can be... You can't do this in the NBA, dog. So he's a rookie, right? We give it time. Like, I knew where this was going the whole time because, like, look, you can do this in pickup. I do this in pickup all the time where I just do a little bit of hub shit and then do this. The fuck is this pass, man? Come on now, give me that fucking basketball. You can't do like post-entry passes like unless you're below the free throw line extended. NBA players will take that shit. You especially can't lob it. But here we go. Shaden Sharp attacking in transition. Actually, a good move by Klingon there. Let me see this one more time. Let's see it. So he kind of steps through right there, and he realizes like the running lanes that they're in, right? Klingon's like, oh shit, we're on the same side of the court. That's not good. Let me get to this other side right here so that you can dump it off to me if you need to. I go up. I finish through. Ooh, the finger roll was almost let you down there. You almost tricked that bitch. Look at that. We'll take it, though. We'll take the bucket. Here we go. What do we got now? What do we got now? Jeremy Grant having a solid season so far. Trade him all you can. Trade him all you can. Send him to Milwaukee or something. They'll take any basketball players at this point. Here we go. Step back. We'll take a look at that form in a second because that looked pretty solid. So here we go. Shaden Sharp getting right into some action. Who's in front of him right now? Is that Micah Pevy? That is. So he's got a rookie on him. We're stepping back. There's 11 seconds left in the shot clock. I don't love the shot attempt in general, but, you know, it's whatever. We could run another action with this much time left on the clock, and I'm not sure I trust your three-point shot enough to really warrant that. And mind you, he's taking a lot of three-pointers, right? I mean, just taking a look at this, I mean, we're 86th percentile in, like, three-point attempts. That's a lot. That's a lot for a guy that's not making many of them, right? So coach, I would presume, giving him a green light to do so, that or he's hitting him in practice, just not falling in the games right now. I don't know. But right off the bat, form looks pretty damn good. Like, feet, perfect angle. He jumps together. He's straight up and down, which is nice. Like, he looks pretty balanced. That shot looked great. That shot looked great. Here we go. Here we go. We're setting on the immediate screen. I love actions like this, man. Just don't even let them set up their defense, right? Especially, okay, oh, we're just pulling right up into this. Interesting. So we're feeling ourselves early on. Let me see how this one looked when he landed. So here we go. We're moving. It looked pretty solid, honestly. It was like a little bit flat overall, but like, I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about that. It's a good board, Klingon. Oh, and he lost it. Here we go. Wreath with the board. Let's go, Kamara. We're going to be back to you later in this video. Oh, you're getting dunked on. Yep. He's a bouncy boy. He's a bouncy boy. All right. Okay, there we go. This is why I don't like jumping at three-point attempts, because then you fall out of the play. That shot looks pretty good. Why did it go to the left, though? Because I don't like left misses. Interesting. Just looking at his form. Just looking at the form overall right here. maybe the ball comes a little bit over to the left side. Where does it start? Yeah, the ball's in the left pocket. That's the problem. We need the ball in the right pocket, not the left pocket, because I was looking at the legs. I'm like, the legs look pretty perfect, honestly. You want that ball starting in the right pocket, following it up, past like your right, like the right side of your chest, past your right shoulder, past your right eye. So yeah, he kind of curved the ball like this, if you would, to kind of shoot it. So that's why it's a little bit more off with that one. That is why. So kind of interesting to dive into his stuff here. Here we go. That's a nice little clear out right here. Past the ball. Where are we going? See, like, Portland offense is just so weird. It's just so much standing. Like, there doesn't seem to be a lot of purpose in it, and that feels like something I've noticed from them this year. I love how he attacks the rim, though. Like, he's embraced the Kobe shit of, like, okay, yeah, I'm going to point my feet where I want to go, and I'm just going to go there, and then use your athleticism to get yourself there a step sooner, even. Love it. Here we go. Rob Will. That is a bad pass, Rob. That is a bad pass. You're so lucky. Here we go. Here we go. We're taking this shot. Boom. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Here we go. Here we go. We're just taking this as in stride. See, this is something I didn't see out of Shaedon Sharpe in the past couple years that you started to kind of see at the end of last season, was like, because I just wasn't that inspired by his play the first couple years, and like now there is like a little bit of pace with his game. Notice how he like looks back to see like, okay, where's my guy at? I can pull up into this. The form looks pretty good, like holds it the entire time. That's great stuff, especially knowing like you got Derek Queen in front of you. He's not going to contest it. All right, here we go. We're attacking Sadiq Bey. I don't mind that one. He just didn't get his legs under that one at all. Here we go. Stepped back like really far in it, which like fair enough. Feet. What kind of happened with that one? I guess he just didn't get enough under it. Just didn't get enough under it. Here we go. I'll take that. That's mine. Let's go. Let's go. We're running. Ooh, could we make that pocket pass there with both a Jose Alvarado and a Herb Jones there? Ooh, that's sketchy. That's sketchy. I like that one. I like that one. Oh, get out the way. Oh, my goodness. To have young legs. To have young bouncy legs. I wish I still did. I wasn't doing shit like that. Don't get it twisted. Your boy had some nice dunks in his day. And I'm going to still punch it every once in a while, but oh, to have young legs. Here we go. Step back. Looking pretty smooth. So, like, a lot of pace and control so far, which is nice to kind of see out of him here. Here you go. Here we go. Boom. Are we dunking it again? I like that. I love how he protected the ball right there. Watch. He goes up with his left. He goes up off of 2 feet so he can control it. Finishes up and in. That's great stuff. Again, the big thing for him is going to be like, what else can he add to the game? Are you going to like add like a solid defensive play in it? Because like these step back threes are like whatever, right? We're not seeing a lot of intricacy out of the Portland's offense. It'd be cool if we could see like some more playmaking and kind of stuff like that out of him. Because otherwise, like, you know, what does that cap you off at? Are you like the third scorer on a good team? I don't know. Because like, does this team have like those other options? Like that's a cool shot or whatever. But again, we know the three-point shot isn't necessarily falling from him at a high rate. So is that the move we want to be going to right now, is step back threes? I feel like coaching just needs to step in a little bit more. And I know Portland's coaching situation is a little bit erratic this year, to say the least. But it feels like we haven't done the job of, like, I don't know, developing some other skills in him. It looks better than what it did when he was younger. There's no question about that. But, like, what kind of player are we turning him into? That's where my question more so lies. But obviously, getting some buckets right now. Here we go. Great cut. Great finish with the left. I love it. I absolutely love it. That's great stuff. What else we got here? What else we got? We're spacing. We're spacing. By the way, shout out Willie Green. We'll talk about that later in the video. Here we go. Nice little move by Klingon right there, if you didn't notice it right away. So we attacked right here. Klingon was about to do the right thing and step in front of like Trey Murphy right here. He kind of does later. Cool stuff. It'd be nice if he could jump in there and get a lob, but, you know, is what it is. I really don't need to see any more of Shaedon Sharpe with this one. Again, not really here to watch the defense or anything. We're just watching some bucket getters be bucket getters in this video. And speaking of bucket getters, Michael Never Swing the Rock Porter is swinging the rock. I feel like for this one, like, we could watch him take jumpers all day. I think we should jump into the assists for this one. I want to see some Michael Porter Jr. assists. And mind you, we're watching the Brooklyn Nets, right? It's not going to be the cleanest thing out there. They really don't have any true like ball handlers out on the court. So this will be kind of interesting to see. This is a game against the Magic right here, which, by the way, like let's take a look at the analytics just cuz really quick. So let's pull up Michael Porter Jr. right here if we were to go take a look at some of his numbers this season, and I want to compare actually some of the assist numbers. Look at this. typically like bottom of the NBA. We're up to the 65th percentile in assist percentage right now. Michael never swing the rock Porter. That one, can you believe it? And the turnover percentage, still pretty good. Honestly, still pretty good all said and done. So shout out Michael Porter Jr., man, proving AVC wrong so far this season in the play we would see. It's not like I don't like him. I just figured he would struggle a lot more without some playmakers around him. And so far this season, nope, and he is getting his shots up. The efficiency, not the greatest, but look, like he's the only one they're keying in on every single night, so we can give him some slack here. But let me see these assists, man. Let me see some Michael Porter Jr. assists. What do we got here? The ball handling skills of Michael Porter Jr. Never the greatest. Never the greatest. Just like the grip he has on the ball just doesn't look right. Man, gonna get his shot up. Very cool. That's a simple one. Here we go. Michael gets hand on ball right there. That's great. Michael Porter Jr., like, I know people shit on him for like his defense. He's always been a very good off-ball defensive player, like especially like when it comes to like playing passing lanes and stuff like that. Like this is a big part of his game. Here we go. We're passing the ball up. All right, is that truly an assist? It is, but it's nothing to write home about, right? And that's kind of why we're diving into this stuff. Like, are these circumstantial assists? Hard to say, right? Or is he truly becoming a guy that can play make a little bit more? All right, here we go. We're coming back around. Ooh, not where I thought this play was going to go. This is interesting right here. So typically in an action like this where the big comes out and gets it right here and you have another big inbounding it, you got a shooter right here, and it looks like, who is this? That is Franz right there. I presume that like Franz is thinking the same thing that I am, that Clowney's going to come set like a pin down now on him so Porter Jr. can come off and get like a handoff and they can kind of go into some pick and roll action or something, or like Michael can get a shot off, right? But instead, he sets a screen there first and then goes through, which is kind of interesting, right? And so there we go. Now you've got him on your back. This is great. Now we're in the typical pick and roll. So a nice little wrinkle there by the Nets, something that I didn't expect to see with that one. I love the coaching of the Nets, by the way. I think it's good stuff. So we're taking a step in right here. And what did we always say when running pick and roll, right? By the way, who had on their bingo card today that AVC was going to be breaking down playmaking skills of Michael Porter Jr. for you in your film? Not I, and I bet you none of you did either. So you know what? That's why you come to this channel, man, the in-depth stuff. But yeah, big man, as soon as the big man gets even just like a step behind, right? Because like as the defensive guy, you got to keep him parallel. As soon as he's a step here, that's an alley-oop, and that's what we get there. And that's a big old jam. I'm happy about it. Here we go. What do we got here? Similar action right here. So we're coming around the top right here. Franz is chasing because you got to chase, right? Because he's a shooter. You can't go under on him. Otherwise, he's going to get the first option that he wants. We're trying to cut him off a little bit, but notice, they're not like icing him either because he's not like a super dangerous guy with the basketball necessarily. Like again, the ball handling, he's not going to like sauce you up and like blow by you or anything, right? So Goga doesn't need to do that, but Goga unfortunately can't keep him parallel, and it's tough because he wasn't sure. This is a really tough one for Goga, right? Because Franz is chasing him right here, and because he's not able to quite recover, Goga's like, I'm not so sure. De Silva's not so sure where he wants to go with it either because he sees his guy backdooring, but we throw it up again. That's another dunk for a very athletic center. Nice play by MPJ, man. Very nice stuff. Here we go. We're attacking again, and we're just doing the same thing. We're just going to keep playing the same game, aren't we? So he's just taking advantage of very simple basketball stuff. Here we go. We're handling the rock. Oh my God. What the hell did I just watch from Michael Porter Jr.? Did he intend to do all of that, or did he just not know where the hell he was going to go? Because I wasn't sure where he was going with this pass. I was like, I don't really see who you're passing it to. And like, why'd he go up like that? Is he just feeling himself? Is Michael Porter Jr. just a ball distributor now? I don't know, but I love it. All right, here we go. Coming off the top again. Ooh, yep. Okay. De Silva, good job. You put 1 foot in. Probably could be a little bit better. Like, I'd prefer just 1 foot in right here, but it's whatever. You're in a game, and there's going to be little things as soon as I pause the game that I can see that don't look perfect, right? So I take it now. We're going to be coming over the top. Is that Zaire? That is Zaire. Here we go. He's just going to jump right into it, and you know what, De Silva? Maybe he would have been able to recover a little bit better if it was just 1 foot in right there. But overall, like, pretty solid play by De Silva. Nice shot by Zaire Williams. It's the right read on the play as well. Okay. Those are the assists. I don't want to go into all the jump shots that Michael Porter Jr. takes in this game and everything because it's honestly just not the most interesting thing in the world. But those are your top performers of the week. Let's talk about the top performers of the year so far. Alrighty, so this next tab looks a lot like the first one, right? If you guys have been on the watching the series, you guys know what this is. It's the same exact thing, except this is more so looking at things from like the entire year's perspective, right? So it's just a little bit more data kind of focused on that. I have the minimum games to qualify for any of these set to 6 right now, and so just taking a look around the league, I continue to be amazed that we've got 6 guys scoring 30 plus points per game. I remember being a kid and being like, man, if you score 25, you're legendary, and like very rarely did anybody graze 30. Triple doubles didn't happen quite so much. Basketball players are really good, man. Obviously, the game has become more like offensive focused as well, right? Because of certain eliminations to defensive rules and stuff. I think a lot of us want hand checking back, but you know, is what it is. Got a lot of scores right now. Luka just being at the top of the list, doing what he's doing is absolutely insane. Very, very cool to see. Again, Lauri Markkanen in the top 5 for scoring still this year. Devin Booker been an awesome one. Austin Reeves finding himself up there. Cade Cunningham just having an incredible season. He's been out a little bit, and again, the Pistons still kind of holding things up for him. Otherwise, a lot of the names we were already talking about. Julius Randle, we kind of talked about him in his film at one point, and how the Timberwolves are still a little bit hard to watch, but I mean, he's doing his thing out there, so very, very cool to see. Our assist leaders as of this point, Jokic, Cade, LaMelo, Josh Giddey, James Harden. No surprises there, but again, like 5 and maybe even more guys getting you 5 assists per game. Pretty crazy. If we were to take those like games to qualify off, nobody else really enters into that list either, just an FYI. So there you go. Our rebounding leaders, Jokic, Wemby, Kat, Sabonis, and Jalen Duren, who I'm pushing the Jalen Duren all-star train already this season, man. Like, what does he do? He plays off of Cade. He just plays off of Cade. 19 points, 12 rebounds, like a block, a steal, 64% from the field. Let me be on the hype train for Jalen Duren as long as I can, all right? These are pretty typical guys we see at the top of the list. Our steals leaders, Dyson Daniels, of course, Cason Wallace, Marcus Smart, shout out Trey Jones for the Bulls, and Dylan Brooks. Dylan Brooks quietly for the Suns, who have been pretty solid this season, like doing a lot for them. Like efficiency, not the greatest, right? He's taking a lot of shots right now. I feel like we could smoothen a lot of that stuff out for him. He's in a little bit of a different role this year, but I mean, getting you 22 points a game on a team that's needed some scoring outside of Booker, right? Been pretty impressive. This last week, I thought about featuring him. 25 points per game across 2 games on like solid efficiency overall, which is pretty impressive. So shout out Dylan Brooks and what he's doing. Our blocks leaders, Victor Wembanyama. Nobody's probably going to catch him except for maybe Ryan Kalkbrenner, who, again, we are all on the Ryan Kalkbrenner train at this point. Alex Sarr, just looking at, like, his last week or whatever, I know was, like, a little bit more down, if I remember correctly. Not even, like, that bad or anything. He just plays for the Wizards, but he's been fun to watch this year. Isaiah Stewart, and then big man Scotty Barnes. And then finally, our field goal percentage leaders, starting it off with a couple of lengthy whites right here in Kalkbrenner and Luke Cornett. Very cool to see. Rudy Gobert, we find another big old white guy right here in Jakob Poeltl and DeAndre Ayton. Very good for the Lakers fans out there. Our 3-point percentage leaders, Tari Eason, who just went down with an injury, unfortunately. But like, wow, what a surprise it's been to see him just shooting the shit out of the basketball. This week wasn't actually going the greatest for him, and the injury certainly doesn't help. But man, Tari Eason, pretty awesome stuff, right? I think he's going to be out for like a month or something like that. I don't know, man. There's a lot of injuries. Jaden McDaniels, another guy that you just didn't really expect to see on this list so far as a 3-point leader. Pretty incredible. We're going to be talking about him a little bit later in this video. Rui Hachimura, pretty efficient player typically. Tim Hardaway Jr. is a shooter, and Simone Fontecchio finding himself out there. How many minutes per game is Fontecchio getting right now? We're getting just under 20 minutes. The Miami Heat finding a way to kind of revitalize another player, right? That looked like he was kind of falling off. Again, getting you 11 points on the year, 49% from 3. It's the Miami Heat, man. What are you going to say? What are you going to say? Okay, with all that being said, I think it's time to jump into our sleepers of the week. Alrighty, the top sleepers of the week. We're going to be diving into some film on all of them, and we actually got 2 Pistons and a Timberwolf on here. Not maybe players you expected to see on this list, but that's the point of them being sleepers. What are my qualifiers? You got to play in 20-plus minutes per game, play in at least 2 games, and you have to not be a top 40 weekly scorer in the NBA. And now you might be saying, like, AVC, I'm familiar with Duncan Robinson. I'm familiar with Jay McDaniels. Who the fuck is this? Who is Dennis Jenkins? And I had to remind myself for a second, because obviously I'm reading the box scores and the Pistons are like down a bunch of players. They're calling people up and stuff to come play for them. And Dennis Jenkins, who I'm like, where have I seen this guy? He was on a St. John's team like 2 years ago, and he suited up like a little bit sparingly for the Pistons last year, if I remember correctly. But dude's been getting in the game, and he's been getting buckets. So we're going to talk about him a little bit later, but let's highlight a couple Pistons players who are really like stepping up this week. First one, Duncan Robinson, 17 points per game this week, shooting 50% from three on the year, having a great season for them. It's really cool to see like the Pistons working in like some true like 3-point like looking plays now, because they didn't really have a lot of those last year. Like it was kind of just Malik Beasley like finding himself open for threes a lot last season, and same with Tim Hardaway Jr. Now they're actually like running some shit for him, and that's really cool to see. So we're gonna start off with jumping into Duncan Robinson in a game where he had 23 points. Again, you're not really looking for the assists very much with him, but what I love about Robinson and what's always a lot of fun with him is he's a guy that he's not just like a shooter, but he continues offense a lot of the times. Like after he makes a couple threes, he's going to put the ball on the ground and kind of keep going towards the rim. And I don't know, I just really like to take a look at him and use him as an example with a lot of other young players that I'll be working with. If we're just like taking a look at Duncan Robinson this season, it's a lot of 3-pointers are just getting to the rim. Very analytically efficient as always. Almost all of his shots are assisted on, so he's just playing off of Cade and doing exactly what he needs to do. Obviously shooting the shit out of the basketball. He's not really taking much else. So he's playing his role, man. He's playing his role. Let's watch some Duncan Robinson. What do we got here? Also, shout out Javonte Green. Very, very cool. And this is a game against my Bulls right here. And again, mind you, look at the team that they got out there against the Bulls right now. We got Duncan Robinson. We got B-Ball Paul out there. Who else is out here? Ron Holland. We got Dennis Jenkins out here. I hope I'm saying his name correctly. And then Javonte Green. That's the lineup they're like rolling with right now, and they're still kicking ass. So shout out the Pistons, man. Just doing their thing. Here we go. Coming off a screen. He can handle the rock a little bit, man, and just gets right into the jumper. Bang. Is it the most like pretty shot that you saw right there? Not necessarily. You got a great defender and a Coro on you and you made it anyway. Great stuff. What do we think of these Pistons jerseys, by the way? Not sure how I feel about that. Also, this logo looks like a Hot Wheels logo or something. So here we go. Just some basic ghost action into his screen. Kevin Huerter's trying to chase him over. He gets any little bit of daylight, and that bitch is going through. That's what good shooters look like, man. It's incredible. So here we go. Ooh, this was interesting. What happened on this play right here? Very interesting read on this. So he actually noticed Kevin Huerter trying to chase him up over the screen again. This is where you break the play a little bit more, right? You're like, okay, he knows where I'm going. Let me break back off and get through here. They're not able to get the play here because the Bulls have trapped pretty well in this. I love this move by Jenkins. Again, we'll talk about him more right here. But guards, you work your tail off to get this close to the hoop, right? Don't give up that positioning so easily. And he does it perfect here. Like he gets down low and he's like, okay, let me just slow it down. Let me read and react to see what's going on right here. He actually goes into a post up, which is great. Makes not the most on target pass I've ever seen, but I love this play. He waited for his guys to respace, and look at that. Gets the shooter's touch. Very, very impressive. Here we go. Jenkins, what are we doing? Javonte Green setting a little early action, and he doesn't even get a screen here from B-Ball Paul or anything. Like, he's looking to go set a screen for Jenkins. Paul has no idea what's going on. Robinson's like, I'm feeling it. Let me get my shot up right here. He just chucked that bitch. That bitch was not falling, but that's okay. That's okay. Here we go. We're running, man. That's so annoying to deal with right here, man. He's working for these shots. This is like, I want to see guys like Trae Young get to do stuff like this, man. I want to see it. I think it would add so much to like the Hawks offense and stuff when he gets back in. Here we go. We jump into it. Watch this. Watch those feet hit the ground at the same time. Beautiful. Jump. Boom. Straight up and down. It's just long. I can live with long. That's a great play. Great play. Kids, learn how to play without the basketball. Run around these screens and everything. If you're a big man, go set a screen for someone else, for Christ's sakes. I'm so sick of kids not knowing how to do this shit. All right, here we go. Here we go. Love the motion that's going on right here. This is all awesome. Look at this. They just flow right into it. The timing's great. He's jumping right into them things. Ugh. Duncan. He's tough. Look at this. Initiating some offense as well. And this is what I'm talking about, man. He can get going to the rim if he needs to. Like, he's got enough ball handling skills to make it happen. Javon Carter's a revolving door on that play. But, hey, fair enough. Here we go. What are we doing here? Just setting a little screen. We're flowing over here. We're just chucking. We're chucking right. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Like, Jalen Smith, great closeout and everything. Like, that's exactly... See, this is what we talk about on the channel. We always talk about, like, hey, don't jump at the three-pointers, right? Just chop your feet, get a hand in the face. That's fine, because now you can get the rebound if it comes back to you, but damn, he hit it. Damn, he hit it anyway. Damn you, Duncan. Damn you, he's taking this shot right here, in and out. Not the biggest deal ever, man. Not everyone can fall. Here we go. Here we go. Do y'all like watching these 3-pointers? By the way, like this series, I know it changes like a little bit every week and kind of how I'm covering it. I'm trying to find a healthy blend of how I want to do this stuff because I'm spending a lot of time to make these videos, and my time is it just is kind of valuable. So you guys let me know. Please give me feedback on this series. What would you like to see more of, less of? What's kind of going here? Ooh, that one got blocked. Please do not go up for these shots right here because they're really easy to block. Yeah, those little right-hand scoops going over there. I block those way too often. Like, great ball handling skills right there. Goes up with the left. Probably could have hit Clintman right there, but, you know, it's whatever. It's whatever. We can improve. We can always improve. Here we go. Here we go. Overall, pretty good game. I like this. Setting an initial screen. We're popping back out. Great stuff. Let me get that 3-ball. Bang! Oh my goodness. That's enough Duncan. That's enough Duncan Robinson for this one. Next guy. Let's jump into more Pistons, right? Because we got more Pistons. Jenkins. Haven't watched a ton of the film yet. I didn't even get to really catch the game against the Bulls. Like I said, been working, been busy. But this week, subbing in for a bunch of injured players on the Pistons and their little booty squad that keeps winning. 20 points per game, 7, almost 8 assists, 5 rebounds. This guy's playing for his contract, right? 2.3 steals, because remind you, Cade, Ivy, and Sasser all out. 56% from 3. Pretty nuts, playing a shit ton of minutes. So yeah, we have got to break this down, and like let's just pull up Jenkins here and kind of see like what's working, what isn't working for him so far this year. Honestly, not even appearing in a lot of these because he doesn't have enough like shot attempts to even quantify. But the assist percentage is really good, turnover percentage is pretty solid. He's really getting in there on the steals, man. Like that's a dude playing for his contract, right? A lot of the shots coming from mid range right now, which is interesting. We'll have to kind of break that down, but just taking a look at this, it's not a big enough sample size, so I don't really care even that much. Let's just break it down, man. Let's see what this kid's all about. Maybe we got another little Ryan Rollins on our hand. Should we watch the playmaking of it too? I suppose we could. I suppose I could. That's the point of these. Ooh, Detroit basketball right here on this court. Let's see it. What do we got? What do we got? Coming over a screen. I love how much like off-ball movement there is right here, and like all the little dribble handoffs, man. Hub offense is back. Like it is back with a vengeance, and I'm so here for it. Screen rolls the wrong way. I have to say it in every video, kids. When you set a screen, watch. We set a screen right here, and what should we do? We should open back up, use this right foot, and come over the top right here so you don't lose sight of the ball the entire time. But a lot of people still do it this way. And okay, we're getting right into a tough jumper right here. He's like, all right, I'm getting a start today. Let me bounce back into this. Let's take a look at the form really quick. Here we go. Bounce into it. It's a tough shot. Pretty balanced. Feet look pretty good. He's straight up and down. Like it's kind of a push shot, but he's so balanced. I don't really care like too much about that. Okay, and I'm learning kind of on the fly with you guys right now. Here we go. Oh, tricked that bitch. No foul. Nick Nurse, he's on the case. You know Nick Nurse is going to... Oh, he didn't foul him. He just tricked it. Shut up, Nick. I don't know why that clip was even there. Ooh, I like that we tried to finish with the left here. And look, trying to earn a contract and everything, you're going to do some things that you probably shouldn't do on the basketball court. You got to know you're playing 3-on-1 right now, and it's at the beginning of the shot clock. Like, probably don't need to take that difficult of a shot. Here we go. Mind you, he's a young fellow, right, too? That's another thing. Here we go. We're attacking. Why am I getting clips like this? Like, NBA.com, code your shit better. How much are you paying these like interns or whatever? I know I pay my interns well. Here we go. Did we need to take that shot either? No, we didn't. Again, trying to make the roster bodies. I'm just going. Throws up some bullshit. Threw up some bullshit. But it's about to get hot, isn't it? We about to get hot. Here we go. What we doing? He's like, I'm trying to feed my family. Let's do this shit. Where am I going? Oh, this play is developing really slow. Okay, we're gonna hit Duncan here. Don't be floating now. That's James Harden disease. We don't want to see James Harden disease. Here we go. Come over the top. What are we doing? Ooh, little hesitate. Yeah, you knew that shit was getting blocked. Like, okay, come on. Let's see this one more time. Where's the block? Right here. Because like I saw him kind of start to pick up the ball here. If I'm Bona too, I'm like, yeah, you can just go give me that stupid shit right there. You gotta get that shot up a lot quicker. Gotta get it up a lot quicker. Let's move on. Here we go. So rough start, Nit. Rough start. But where's it going? Where's it going? All right, they go under on it, which is understandable. Like, why would you, like, respect this guy, right? He hasn't really done anything in an NBA game at all, so you're going to watch some of the other people. He gets into the shot. It's a little bit of a twist on the jumper, and he really pushes that basketball from kind of like his face area. Normally, you want to get the ball kind of above the face and shoot it, but he kind of pushes it from the face, which is kind of interesting. A little bit of a twist over to the left as well, but hey, ball goes in hoop. Can't complain too much. Here we go. I love the backdoor cut. Great pass. Great. Oh my God. the dude's getting blocked. That's a pretty good shot attempt overall, but Q Grimes said, hey, not today, motherfucker. Come on now. I don't even know who you are. If you don't give me that stupid shit. Here we go. Here we go. Pass the ball over here. Not a ton of off-ball movement in some of these, but what are we going to have now? Okay, we're just going to pull up. Tyrese Maxey does not give a shit. Again, this is what we talk about with like rookies and other young players. They just don't give a shit. That's a win for Tyrese Maxey that you took that shot right there, right? He's like, okay, I can live with this. Jumps together pretty well there. Fine. Fine. He definitely shoots it kind of sideways. Like, look at this. Like, he's kind of already sideways when he shoots it. So, hey, fair enough, dog. Fair enough. Give him the basketball. Here we go. Let's go. We're going. We got to get a shot up. Don't tell me he's going to make it. Hey, let's go. Ooh, don't bump him. Don't bump him. Don't bump the Sixers coach right there. That's difficult. Hey, now that's going to inspire him. That's going to inspire him the rest of this game. Good stuff, young fella. Hey, all right, here we go. Here we go. You'll always have that clip now. Even if nothing else works out in the NBA for you, you always got that clip, which is cool. Here we go. What's going on? This clip's about to end. What? Who's coding this? Who's coding this? Okay. Nonsense. Oh, so much nonsense. I gotta create. Gotta take a bad shot. It's what it is. Is what it is. All right. We're attacking. That's gotta be a lob already. So here we go. Again, we said you get behind them right here. Maybe you're not used to playing with NBA players quite yet, right? You already have it 1 year in the league, but fair enough. Take it yourself. B-Ball Paul's like, bitch, throw that shit up to me next time. Javonte Green, one of my favorite players in the NBA. Let's see this jumper right here, baby. That one looks a little bit cleaner. Hey, oh, who is he talking to over here? Who does he not like on this team? Like, look at this shit. Look at this. Look at it. Bang. He's like, look at this. I'm strapped up. Ja Morant style. All right, we're going to take one more shot because we can. What are we doing? Why? Do we really need to? Oh, okay, fair enough. I'm not sure we really needed to, but fair enough, whatever. Do we want to take a look at some of the playmaking for him? When else are we going to get the chance to, right? He might never appear in this again for all we know. We're rooting for him, but let's take a look at Mr. Jenkins here and see what's going on. All right, we got it. He's coming off a screen right here. So this is the play I'm talking about with Duncan Robinson, right? So coming off the screen and like, because he's got guys just on his ass because they know he's a shooter, he can put it on the ground, get towards the rim, I love Duncan Robinson so much. I just do. Thank you. All right, we've gotten in this situation a couple times where we don't know where we want to go with the basketball, right? So that's something to kind of pay attention to. Duncan Robinson just being fucking awesome, so we love that. Not creating like a ton of space for himself on any of his moves right here. Where we going? That's a nice little left-handed pass, though. Shout out Javonte Green. Damn, what happened there, Justin? What happened here? This is why you don't jump at him. Stop it. Then you just bumped him for no reason. Don't do it. Damn it, Justin, I was praising you earlier in this video. I love Javonte Green. He looks just like the baby, and he was like my favorite Bulls player in like the recent like 2 or 3 seasons. So I just love that dude. Here we go. Nice little pocket pass here. B-Ball Paul doing his thing. I hope he's still shipping out his B-Ball Paul sweatshirts. There's always the videos of him like actually just walking like to the mail, like the post office, just with a bunch of packages and stuff. And it's just like, dude's just running his little side hustle. It cracks me up. All right, what we doing? Getting into a little bit of early action. Wendell Moore getting some bucket. Damn, VJ, get up there, dog. Good shit, bro. Here we go. We're trying to get to the hoop right there. Good little dump off. Hey, Javonte Green. He just dunks everything. I love it. Cool. He was maybe half a second behind on that last pass, but it is what it is. Hey, that time you found the dude. Hey, give me an and one, why don't you? VJ was on him. Thank you. Good stuff. Here we go. Here we go. Getting into a little bit of early action here because every once in a while, dumb shit like this happens where Justin Anderson runs into a guy, and that's why you start off plays with basic little shit like this. You've heard me say it before. Just get the little flip-off pass, because every once in a while, some shit like that'll happen, and you can blow right by for a layup. Thank you very much for making AVC feel smart. Thank you very much. And we've already seen this one. So that's enough of Dennis Jenkins here. Oh, shit. Can I control Z to get that back? Nope. Okay, well, we're going to watch Jaden McDaniels' film, and I will go find it again. But, yeah, Jaden McDaniels, the next one we're watching this week. Honestly, been pretty awesome offensively so far this year, and we've been waiting for another Jaden McDaniels kind of offensive spike and things. This is why you never write people off, right? And who knows, maybe it falls back off later this season, but on the year, 17 points per game, 50 of 50, or above 50 here. Not necessarily creating for anyone else, but a pretty good week overall. I'm pretty impressed. Now, the question is, what game were we going to watch? I don't remember which one it was. And guess what? You're going to sit with me and you're going to find it right here. Is it this one? Is it this game against the Nuggets right here? It very well could be. How did he do in this one? 15 points. Ooh, that was not the game we were going to watch. I'm going to do one more before this gets really awkward. And I just have to make a cut to go and find this. But you know what? We're going to stick together. We're going to do it. What I'm really looking for in this game against like the Timberwolves is like any semblance of like offense, right? Because we've covered them a couple times this year already, and we're like, they just don't run anything. They just don't, and it's really frustrating. So like, what do these kind of looks look like? I'm pretty sure it was this one. I'm pretty sure it was this one against the Jazz right here. Jaden McDaniels, 16 points in this one. Yeah. This is the one I wanted to watch. So we're going to take a look at this one, like kind of a pretty solid all-around game right here. And if I take a look at Jaden in this game, or not in this game in particular, just like on the season, taking a look at the shooting chart right here, it's a little bit sporadic around here, which is interesting. A lot of stuff at the rim. He's a big, strong, athletic guy that makes sense. Not a lot of shot density from three, right? So you have to kind of take that three-point percentage into account a little bit there. A lot of his shots are getting assisted on, which is good, right? We want to see that from him. I don't necessarily want him creating a ton, but and I just want to see the Timberwolves like racking up those assist numbers a little bit more in general. So okay, taking a look at playmaking stuff, not quite there. Still obviously always a good defensive player, but this guy also takes a lot of plays off, so kind of something to watch for there. But let's take a look at McDaniels and what we got going on here against the Utah Jazz. Not a great opponent, but one that you can always kind of like watch out for. I don't love these shot attempts just right off the bat, right? So like Rudy, this has got to be a lob, right? We've already talked about this in the video. Rudy's expecting it too, because Rudy's a guy that like knows how to play pick and roll offense like really well. And you might be saying, AVC, are you fucking serious? Yeah, go back and watch like a lot of Jazz stuff. I know Rudy's not maybe the player that he once was, but like he was a pretty lethal pick and roll player for a long time. So what I want to see here is him kind of getting more so towards the hoop. That's just a tough shot. I mean, great make or whatever, but not exactly the shot attempt we want to see on film. Let's set this screen. What are we doing? Again, no real offense from the Timberwolves. They're just like, fuck it. He's got a little guy on him. We're going to do this little move, kind of a nonsense one, but whatever. Here we go. What's going on now? We got 4 seconds left. We got to create something. I got somebody smaller than me on me. Great defense by Walter Clayton overall. Like, look at this by the rookie. Like, chesting him up the whole time, getting hand-on basketball. Great stuff, man. Good shit, Walter. Here we go. I like watching Walter Clayton. Here we go. Like, all that just so smooth in and of itself. Like, getting to the right spot on the court, taking a good jumper. That's fine. Ooh, Ace going in for it. Shout out Ace Bailey, by the way. Fouled out in the Bulls game last night in like 10 minutes. There was like 3 calls that I'm like, what the fuck are they calling on this guy right now? It was crazy. Like, he was just like, what's going on at one point? It was really funny to watch. But all right, here we go. We're here into a step back, taking a look at the form, because the three-point shot is not something traditionally we've seen out of him. Feet really close together here. We don't love that. That's not balanced. Knees kind of buckled in a little bit as well. Still kind of jumps together, which is nice, but we're not balanced enough. We need to get those feet like just shoulder length apart so we can be stable going up and down, right? That's going to be the key for Mr. McDaniels in these. Here we go. We're attacking Ace. Good defense, kid. Like, we support that. Again, kind of settling for a shower here. What is this, like, what do they call these? Is it a score bug? Is that what they call it? What is this? I hate this. You can't see timeouts or like anything on this. Oh my goodness. What is SEG? I don't even know what that stands for. Oh, and we got to say it in every video whenever the Jazz get on screen. Change your name. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the bullshit. Change your name. You don't get to be the Jazz. Give that back to New Orleans. You get to be the Mountaineers or something like that. You got mountains all over your jerseys. It's just stupid. It's stupid. Get rid of the name. Here we go. You only got no jazz in Utah. I've been there, man. It's Caucasian Central there. We don't know anything about jazz. Here we go. Oh, look what I found. Keontae George with another turnover. It's going to happen. Throw that bitch up. Hey, oh my God. That was like in the rim already. Give me those. Look at that. That bitch was in the rim already. Cool, 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 cool. Love to see it. McDaniels attacking. Again, he's never quite sure where he's going with the basketball. And that's kind of my thing, man. He's not the most cerebral basketball player, right? And we're supposed to be like commending him and stuff this week, but look, we're hustling, we're trying to get something. Blah. He must get hot in this game. I know it wasn't like a crazy efficient game, but I wanted to watch this one. All right, they went under on this shot attempt. We've got a decent lead at this point. That shot looks a little bit better, like feet a little bit more spaced. He's kind of arched in a weird way there, but he jumps together. At least that one falls. Love to see it. That one looks a little bit better. Here we go. Catch basketball. Let's see what we can't create. I love the snake right here. This is great stuff. Like, that's a cool shot. I prefer my star players taking shots like that one, right? Just like, I feel like I can do better in a possession than Jaden McDaniels getting to like the free throw line and taking a jumper, right? That's what I'd be kind of saying in that instance if I was the coach. Here we go. Walter Clayton, good defense. I'm here for it. Again, just picking up the ball too early on this one. So this is why it's interesting to see, right? Numbers looking pretty solid with things, but how confident should we feel long term? I don't know. Just kind of picking up the ball for no reason. No left hand. Finishes anyway because, hey, like Walter Clayton's like, damn, like I don't know what else I can do about that. Yeah, it's an incredible shot he's hitting, but is that a sustainable offensive play? I don't know. Walter Clayton, great play. Oh, Yusuf, I need you to hold it. Walter Clayton's like, God fucking damn it, I got drafted by the Jazz. God damn it. Honestly, pretty solid cut by Ace as well. So good stuff there. Hey, damn it, I got drafted by the Jazz. Here we go. Go up. Thank you very much. I appreciate that shot. Playing off of 2 feet. Very good. Very good. Here we go. We're running pick and roll with Rudy. This is my thing with Jaden, man. This is why I just can't ever completely get behind him. Look at him. He's just standing here just like, man. And like, I think we all know like what kind of activity Jaden McDaniels partakes in. And if you're like driving or something, listening to this video for whatever reason, you can't see what I'm doing right now, but like, I know he partakes quite a bit in a certain activity. My man just seems zoned out constantly on the court. Like, he's like, bro, what the fuck? Cut to the hoop! Cut to the hoop, for fuck's sake! Oh my God. Like, where are you right now, dude? How many clouds have you ascended through? Oh my goodness. And then he catches balls. Oh shit. I got the basketball. All right, let's go. Hey! Like, what's going? He's like, what the fuck? I don't know, man. It's funny. It's funny. That's Jaden McDaniels. I could break down the defense. Defense is pretty good as per usual. Again, zones out from time to time, but those are your sleepers. All right, let's move on to who had some off nights around the league. Alrighty, the off nights. These are 3 guys that maybe are struggling a little bit more on like one end of the court or both ends just in this last week. And this isn't to like pick on people and say this guy's bad. We're going to take a look at it. And sometimes we find just didn't hit their shots this week. That happens, right? Not a big deal. Don't just watch box scores, watch the film, right? And for some of these, maybe we'll diagnose like greater issues for them or something like that we kind of want to pay attention to. As always, the qualifiers. Playing 20 plus minutes per game, playing at least 2 games, got to score less than 18 points a game. That's how you can end up on this list, which you probably don't want to be a part of, unless you're like someone who maybe people are clowning on and I come and I vindicate for you or something like that. And I'm like, no, it actually isn't that bad. Don't worry about it. That's certainly happened before. So, first one, D'Angelo Russell. Someone that I haven't loved watching so far this year. The Dallas Mavericks, not the best situation right now. A lot of chaos and other nonsense going on. There's been 2 particular areas of this team that I've been like, why the fuck are we doing this on the basketball court, right? And look, I'm not an NBA head coach, right? So take whatever I say with a grain of salt. Been around quite a bit, right? I do a lot of strategic like consulting for this stuff, but Cooper Flagg playing point guard. I think we all know that's a weird one, right? And they seem to be kind of moving away from that, and that's helping. The amount of shot attempts D'Angelo Russell is getting so far this season is really weird to me. For a team that has so many like good role players on it, why is he not being the facilitator that he's historically been on teams? On the year, 12 points per game, 5 assists, like yada, yada, yada. Not efficient basketball overall. This last week, not much better. And if we just take a look at Mr. Russell here, I want D'Angelo Russell, not Russell Westbrook. Those stats will honestly look somewhat similar. True shooting percentage and effective field goal percentage in the dirt right now. Not hitting well from 3. We understand that, right? The assist percentage, like, is pretty good. Turnover percentage, like, not bad overall, like, especially for such a ball dominant guard. So, like, why aren't we kind of focusing on that more? Because look at this, like, he's 93rd percentile in, like, mid-range shooting right now. Like, there's a lot of good shooters on this team. Like, we should do that. Why is D'Angelo Russell taking so many shots? Like, it's so many 3-point shots. And, like, it's just him trying to create for himself as well. Because, you know, he's the primary ball handler and everything. But I don't quite get it. So let's dive into D'Lo in one of these games in 22 minutes. I believe this was just last night, wasn't it? Yeah, because Dallas got the overtime win in this one. D'Lo getting up 11 shots in this one, 7 assists. Do we want to take a look at the points and the assists? Maybe. Not so sure. But I'll take a look at the jumpers at the very least and be like, could any of these be more so like playmaking opportunities going forward? Because that's what I'm curious about. It just feels like we're getting a lot of shot attempts right now, and oh no, this is starting to not load again. This is where it all goes down. But just like a reminder, right? We got Cooper Flagg out there, PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford, Max Christie can get you some buckets. Like Brandon Williams can get buckets. Derek Lively getting back and healthy, which is nice. Najee Marshall can get buckets. Klay Thompson. I know the percentages haven't been great this year, but like you got Klay Thompson out there. Like we got dudes. Just let's just get them the ball. All right, here we go. What do we got? D'Lo. I don't mind this shot right off the bat, but something looked weird in the release. Do we have a hitch? A little bit of a hitch in there, don't we? Let me see this one more time. Let me see this. Just a weird, like, little hard flick at the end right there. What's going on with that one? I don't necessarily... Oh, okay, PJ. My bad. It's gonna happen. Here we go. These Mavericks uniforms look kind of sick, in my opinion. I have no sense of style whatsoever, but I think they're sick. We don't mind that shot whatsoever. You got to where you wanted to on the basketball court, and I can live with that. I can totally live with that. Could there have been a playmaking opportunity? Sure, but like floater from that distance, I'll take D'Lo doing that all day. Because mind you, like I think very highly of D'Angelo Russell. I think he's kind of an underrated player in some instances. I just don't like how he's being used this season. I know maybe he's trying to get another contract or something. Maybe he's going off script a little bit, but I don't know. Here we go. Hey, see, like, what the fuck was going on here? Like, first of all, like, carry like a motherfucker. I know we don't call those no more, but whatever. Probably an instance where if Denny's like right here and you got a Caleb Martin there who historically can be like an okay like outside shooter, like maybe this is one where you feel all the pressure around you here and you just make that little kick out, right? You just make that little kick out. Yeah. Don't love that. Don't love that shot attempt. Just don't. Here we go. What are we doing? We're trying to get a little bit of hub action. See, like we got all these dudes on the team. You found an open shot. I'm cool with that one. All damn, bank that shit in. What's going on with the shot? What's going on with it here? So we got a lefty, right? Feet look great. Feet look awesome. We pull the ball up. We jump together. How did it end up so far to the right? Can I get a slow-mo of this? Ball doesn't seem like it's in a bad place whatsoever. The ball definitely crosses the right side of his face, though. So I guess it just curved this way and continued to go that way. Interesting. We'll take it. Bank still counts. Here we go. Give me that basketball. Let's go. We're running. Hey, we'll take an open three again. Why the fuck not? Ooh, in and out. I can live with those. Here we go. So not a bad shot attempt there. So maybe, and like this is another thing as well. Maybe they're just leaving him open, right? That's why he's taking the shots, because I can kind of stomach that. That one, I don't love that one quite as much. Because D'Lo, pretty good pick and roll player, like typically, right? Like I don't know, not the greatest shot attempt there. Not a great one. Here we go. Pick and roll with Daniel Gafford. That's something we like. Here we go. We snake it. Like I don't love these shots. I know it's the end of the shot clock or whatever, but I don't know. It feels like we're getting a lot of those this season just from what I've been watching. Here we go. Coming over the top. I don't necessarily need this either. Like, you're not even really looking at the rim right now. He saw he went under, right? That's understandable. And he just went and pulled it. Like, I feel like we can get a better shot than that with the type of players we got on this team. Here we go. Denny doing his thing. That little slow drag stuff is dirty, but here we go. Cooper Flagg, good stuff. Throw that bitch back up. Throw it back up, D'Lo. You're supposed to be the playmaker. That's an alley-oop. That just is an alley-oop. It has to be, but instead you fake the behind the back. Like, that goes in. That's sweet. That's cool. That's got to be an alley-oop. It just has to. Here we go. What are we doing? We got Kamara. Or no, that's who is that? Is that Murray? No, that's not Murray. Who's 24? Why can't I remember who 24 is? Why does it look like Chris Murray? And why can't I tell? It's really gonna piss me off. So like I gotta like see what's going on here. Who is 24 for them? It's not Wesley. Who is it? Oh, is it Rupert? Oh, I believe it is Rupert, isn't it? Or is it Chris Murray? Why is he's 24? Was he ever something different? Was he a different number at some point? Was he always 24? Am I having like a stroke? I don't know. Maybe I am. Maybe I am. I don't know why. I was like, this looks like Chris Murray. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, here we go. We're working for stuff. We're working for stuff. Like, again, just I don't love this shot. I just don't love it. Here we go. Like, I'm all here for the floater and everything. But we got a Najee Marshall in the corner, and there's a shot blocker there. I don't like it. I don't like. Oh, down goes Kamara. Here we go. We already saw these. Let's take a look at the playmaking, because why not? These are longer videos, right? That's what we're here to do, is to dive into it and kind of see what's going on. So I'm down to look into some of the assist numbers here. I thought I clicked on it. I did not click on it. Here we go. What we doing, D'Lo? What we doing, D'Lo? Right there, just a nice little pocket pass. Tough finish by Najee. Great stuff. That's the stuff I expect to see out of D'Angelo Russell. Here we go. Set that screen, Musa. Set that screen, Musa. Throw it up. That's perfect, right? He got behind him. Hey, that's why we have field goal percentage leader. Hey, good stuff. What are we doing? I love the advanced pass right here, because you can get nice shots like that for Clay, who played really well in this one. This is just basic. He's running the show right here. He's so confident with the basketball, man. Like, that pass is awesome. Cool stuff. Good shot by Clay. Great. This is just him just, like, running the show right now. Cool stuff, right? Finds Klay Thompson again. Why was he able to find Klay Thompson? Well, let's see. Denny just wasn't quite paying attention close enough. And those are stuff that we expect Denny to kind of grow into with time. All right. I loved this pass, actually. This is kind of like a nifty one. You know, you got someone that's going to go out there to try and steal this ball, right? So you throw it under right there. That's tough. PJ Washington gets a shot off. That's all by Russell right there. Okay, good advance pass. Great stuff. So nothing too complicated here. Just kind of running the show. Good stuff. I'm glad I took a look at those. Next guy, Toumani Camara, a guy that we also saw in that game. I'll say, watching Kamara play defense, it's still been pretty good. The offense hasn't been so great so far this season, right? And again, Trailblazers, kind of a weird team, not great offense to necessarily take a look at. Again, it's been better than it was in previous seasons, but I still expect more because, why not? And again, a lot of weird coaching, other shit going on with that team, so we give them a little bit of slack, right? But in this last week, 12 points, 5 rebounds, not the most efficient. Let's see what's going on with Toumani, man, because we know the defense is great, right? We do. I actually have the defensive stuff up here because I was just curious. Like, overall, like, holding guys to like pretty solid numbers overall, so I'm not tripping about anything, but let's take a look at these kind of 13 shots here, because we missed 7 3-pointers in it. Let's let AVC dive into the old shooting form, see what's going on. That's a nice rebound, good finish. We love Toumani Camara's hustle. We love the hustle. Here we go. Here we go. You don't really see anything offensively really happening at this point. Let's get into this shot, right? We got a lefty, which means the feet should be pointed to the right, shoulder length apart. Looks pretty good. Jump together. There's a little bit of a twist on it, though. A little bit of a twist, right? Look at this. Feet end up that way, and that's why it ends up going to the right. Okay, so that's one thing we got to watch for. We got to watch for Denny's awesome. Denny's acceleration is insane for his size. It is absolutely. I don't think I can like understate that enough. Like the way that he changes speed, like he gets like 3 steps off in every dribble because his feet are so quick. Great cut right here. Why do you cut right here, boys and girls? Because you see the back of your defender's head, so you cut and you dump it off and you get a finish. Hey, great stuff. He's not Italian. I don't know why I sound like that. Here we go. Space back out. What's going to happen here? Are we going to get a jab and then a pull back up? Yep, that's exactly. That one looks pretty solid, actually, but it's long. It's long. Like, the form itself didn't look too bad, but that bitch long. Here we go. Rob. What the fuck kind of screen was that, Rob? Let me see this. The Time Lord. Why he, like, spaces legs out so much like that? That's why your legs hurt all the time, dude. Don't be doing that. It's dangerous. Okay, good skip pass to the corner. You got to get the shot up. Hey, that one fell. Good stuff. Good stuff, good stuff. Here we go. Great defense by Christie, man. Great defense. Again, found yourself open. Maybe catching the ball in kind of a weird way. No, the ball follows a pretty straight line up here. It's just a little bit short and a little bit to the right. Did he twist again on it? Yeah, he did a little bit. Just twisted a little bit. So are we going to see him missing right really often? Have we already figured it out? Maybe. Maybe AVC's already discovered it. Great stuff. Way to know where to be it. That's a tough shot. It's a tougher shot than you think. Had to get it up, so it's whatever. Here we go. Playing with pace. Kind of a gross one. Kind of a gross one, especially with 2 very good shot blockers in your way there. But, young guys, they make mistakes. Make mistakes. Here we go. Kamara, jab. We're pulling up. Like, it doesn't look that bad. It really doesn't look that bad. Okay, and so this is what I'm kind of talking about. Like, should we be worried about it? Look what I found. Hey, good stuff. Way to cut. This is the thing. Like, we still love Kamara, right? We still do. Like, it's 1 week. We're taking a look. How concerned should we be? We jump into that pretty well. Again, to the right. Is it because we twisted? Let me see. Yeah, it's really not that bad. It's not that bad. So why are we finding ourselves going to the right? Where are we catching this basketball at? I want to understand. The ball's in the left pocket. That looks good. It's coming up past left shoulder, left eye. It looks pretty good. He does jump together. It's a bit of a twist, so I don't know. Maybe we got something on the fingers, and that's something I'd have to get a lot closer with to kind of absorb. Observe. Okay, not too bad there. Again, though, maybe just like a slight twist. There's just kind of a slight twist in the lower half on the release. Okay, cool stuff. What are we doing? Trying to go to OT. Crash. Hey, good stuff. Okay, that's enough of Kamara from this one. Not too worried about him long term. Maybe just kind of a shooting slump. Little thing that I might try to correct if I was his coach, but is what it is. Final guy we want to break into for this one is John Collins for the Clippers. John Collins, traditionally very, very good basketball player, right? And that's a guy we talked about a lot this offseason. We kind of had a feeling he might get moved at a certain point. I mean, just like looking at some of these numbers, right? I mean, historically, like upper end in like 3-point shooting and stuff, like great rebounder for teams. The Clippers, things have not been going well for him. He's in a much different role now, right? So I don't know. It's something that I want to dive into. I'm hesitant to watch Clippers basketball right now, but the 3-point shot attempts pretty much where they were before, but the efficiencies where it's really kind of coming off right now. The percent assisted actually going up, which is interesting. So even though there's more playmaking coming his way, he's just not obviously getting the shot volume that he was before. Mostly just being used as a rim guy by the looks of it. So, and that's not exactly to be unexpected with this, but let's take a look at this last game. He only got up 8 shots against Dallas last night. Let's just kind of see what they're using John Collins for so far this season. Again, just one game. Obviously, you guys should watch multiple games to get like full context for things, but you know how it is. All right, so we got a little bit of hub. We're trying to just go to work right here. John Collins, like that's really awesome. Great balance. He's a good basketball player. I don't need to tell you that. Here we go. Shout out Kobe Saunders being in the game right now as well. Shout out that rookie. I'm sure he'll be featured and stuff. All right. I don't necessarily love these plays. I don't know what the plays went up or leading up to it looked like. I like plays like this as like a change of pace. If you've been playing really fast, then you just want to kind of go to something like this for like a possession. That's fine. Like, fair enough. Like Collins can hit that shot, and like I'm not tripping that he missed that one. It's more so just like what's the context of that shot. Bogdanovich had some funny misses as of late. He finds himself wide open here. His form looks really good, just a little bit off. I'm not tripping about John Collins too much. Here we go. Harden, great pass by Zubac. Good stuff. That's why you don't leave your feet, because then John Collins can go and just try to boom someone. I can't believe he didn't boom him. Who did he see in front of him right here? Is that Musa? Did Musa step in front? Musa's a big dude. I think he was like, oh shit, I'm not sure I can climb Mount Musa. And he doesn't quite do it. He gets the block. Great stuff by Musa, man. Here we go. Set the screen. Harden been doing his shit recently. Look what I found. Jump up. Shot looks pretty solid overall. It's just a little bit short. So like I can live with that. It's not the biggest deal. So this is what I'm talking about, right? We get into the film. Doesn't really look that bad. Good steal. We're running. Get off me, Cooper. You're a rookie, dog. If you don't get off me, let me just go up and in on you, stupid. Give me that shit. Yeah, that's what I'd be thinking the whole time if I was him. Here we go. We're ripping. Great stuff by Zubac right here. If you're a big man, when you're attacking like wing or guard, comes along the baseline, you rotate out more so towards here. Great defense overall. Tough finish by Collins, man. That's good stuff. It's great stuff. All right, here we go. You got to respace. There we go. Harden trying to find something. Let me find this. Form looks, oh my goodness, what happened on that one? Like the form looked all right. What happened here? Did we just lose the ball? Like, it looks like maybe he didn't get his palm under it completely. I think that's what happened. I think he just didn't get his palm under it for whatever reason. Happens. I'm not tripping about it. So like, again, you can tell John Collins not really getting some of the opportunities that maybe he once got. And of course, he was playing for the Jazz right before. And now being asked to play more of a spacing role, maybe that's hurting him a little bit more. We're not seeing him get to run the pick and roll because Zubac is so good at it. maybe we want to try to find a way to get John Collins into more of that stuff. I don't know. It's questions I'd be asking if I were the Clippers. But anyway, that's that. Let's move on to the... actually, no, we're not moving on to something. This is just a quick little PSA. The Rookie Report. This is typically something that we used to feature in this type of series where we'll break down the rookies. These are league leaders for stats this year, but that'll actually be in tomorrow's video. It'll be episode 3 of the Rookie Report. I didn't do one week 1, so that's why week 3 is the second episode. But yeah, if you want to watch a bunch of film kind of like this on just the rookies in particular, it's pretty fun. You will see that tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. Hit the notification bell wherever the fuck that is on here, whatever. But anyway, so you got that to look out for tomorrow. Let's finish off with talking about the rest of the teams. Alrighty, y'all. This is our little standings page here. This is a live updating, just like standings page that I've kind of got up here. I'm just going to give every team their kind of second to shine with things. We talked about the Pistons a lot in this video. Credit to them, winning 9 straight basketball games, despite having a lot of their best players injured right now. Just credit to that group right now. The New York Knicks, it feels like it's just been kind of like stable sailing right now. I know Brunson's hurt. They do have like some other guards they can run some stuff through on this team. It feels like it's been pretty smooth for them so far. Cleveland, obviously Garland kind of trying to get back into things, hasn't been the most efficient. He's been out with some injuries for a while, and it feels like somebody every night is kind of like out for them. So still figuring things out, but 9-5 regardless. That I feel like that's a good outlook for them. The Atlanta Hawks winning 5 in a row without Trey. The assist numbers like going crazy for this team right now between Dyson and like Johnson, if nothing else. Risa Shea took a really scary fall. I didn't even watch it. I just saw heard that he took a really scary fall. Didn't want to watch it because I find that gross. So hopefully he's doing okay. But yeah, the Hawks figuring out a way to get things done. Mind you, it hasn't been the greatest competition they've been playing recently, if I remember, but hey, wins are wins, right? You take that in the NBA. The Toronto Raptors just kind of finding a way to make things happen. I don't always love everything that I see on the court with them, but you know, a lot of new players kind of trying to figure it out. Still not a great bench unit on them, but they're finding unique ways to use their players, which we said at the beginning of the year. I think the Raptors should be interesting to watch every night, and they have been that, so I'm very grateful for that. Philly, still finding ways to kind of stay competitive every night, despite VJ Edgecombe not being able to carry them. Maxi's been awesome. Embiid being in and out. Maybe Paul George will come back at some point. I don't know. This is going to be a really weird team to kind of pay attention to the rest of the year. Our play-in teams, the Milwaukee Bucks, still at 8-6. How are they the 7th seed? Interesting. I guess that kind of makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. The Bucks just kind of doing their thing every single night of let's shoot a bunch of 3-pointers and hope that Giannis scores 35 points at the rim. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. The Miami Heat trying to do everything that they can to kind of keep playing their weird little flowy style of basketball, right? When we kind of talked about that, Norm Powell's been awesome for them. Hero comes back at some point, right, this season. How does he kind of fit into those things? When does Jonas get to debut? Because I want to see him in the rotation if he'll be in it. So kind of a cool thing. Magic. The 3-point shot's still not really falling for them, it feels like. It still can be a little bit frustrating to watch them overall, but, I mean, Bane trying to do his best, just like ball dominant personality, performance that he can do, and then I can't help but feel like every game I just want Franz to have the basketball more and more. That's how I feel. Shout out Wendell Carter. He's been pretty solid. The Celtics trying to find more ways to win basketball games. Guys like Jaylen Brown, maybe not the most efficient weeks, but still doing everything he can. Derek White trending up right now. Peyton Pritchard trending up right now. Simon's kind of trending down still. And shout out Jordan Walsh, who was pretty solid for them this week. I enjoyed watching his clips. My Bulls, there they are. It was fun while it lasted, up at number 1, and now we are out of this. I saw somebody send something that like the Bulls, if like the lottery happened today, would have like the 14th pick or something, which I'm like, yep, sounds about right. Find ourselves just in the middle of the lot or at the end of the lottery again, is what it is. The Hornets, shout out Con Knippel, man. He's the only thing I really like watching about this this team right now, but he's fun. Oh, and Kalkbrenner. We're all on the Kalkbrenner bandwagon at this point. The Brooklyn Nets, don't watch them play basketball, but they did beat the Wizards, so there you go. They did beat the Wizards, and we already talked about Michael Porter Jr. The Pacers are just a train wreck. Like, they are just getting mollywopped night after night right now. Again, I continue to say, this is what you get for treating Miles Turner bad. That's what you get. He was such a nice guy, and you did him dirty, so there you go. And then the Wizards. They're bad, but I like watching them still. Like, I like watching them as opposed to, like, the Nets and the Pacers and, like, Hornets. I, like, don't really like watching them. Like, their offense is, like, actually cohesive and stuff, and the young players are showing some stuff every night, so they're fun. The Thunder are unstoppable. You get it. The Nuggets also feel unstoppable right now. The Houston Rockets somehow continue to, like, light people up from 3. I don't quite understand how this is happening, but they're figuring something out between Durant, Şengün, and Thompson. So there you go. Again, Tari Eason out for a little bit. That hurts. The Lakers, it's just all game plan, man. They're starting Bronny and winning games. So, like, there you go, man. They're just game planning the shit out of people. And obviously between Luka and Reeves, it's been cool. It's been cool. And Lakers fans, stop trying to mock like trades with the Mavericks. It's not happening. It's not happening again, you greedy fucks. The Spurs, another team that just feels like they can be dominant any night if Wemby's really doing his thing out there. When Wemby had that dunk on Draymond, I was like, oh, that's that Kevin Garnett training coming in right there. This guy really does absorb every bit of knowledge. He's just the one. We're all side characters in Wemby's video game. That's how I feel. The Timberwolves also finding themselves up here right now. Some really good teams here at the top of the West early on. Obviously, the Timberwolves defense being a big thing for them. Anthony Edwards kind of just playing out of his mind. Great stuff. The Warriors and Suns, kind of been like surprised to watch both of them play. Like Steph hasn't even played like all that great recently, but you get the random like Moses Moody games or whatever, and it's kind of just keeping them afloat right now despite like inconsistent bench play or whatever. Really curious to see what moves they make kind of like at the deadline this year. Again, the Suns, Devin Booker finding a way with between like Dylan Brooks and after that, I don't really know, right? So there you go. Trailblazers, again, hard team to kind of judge right now. I'm really curious to see where everything goes this year. Love watching Denny play. He's a ton of fun. There we go. And the Jazz, still finding themselves there because they're just like prepped and ready to go every night. They don't have a ton of talent, but they're well coached. So there you go, Utah. Clippers, it's gross right now. No Kawhi right now. Beal's out for the season. It sucks. It sucks. There was always a chance this was going to happen. There's going to be people in the comment section being like, look, ABC, the Clippers were old and now they're bad. Shut up, dog. You didn't know shit. You don't know fucking shit, Billy. So, I don't know. Clippers, rough to watch right now. Grizzlies, really rough to watch right now. I don't even want to turn their games on at this point. Ja Morant is checked the fuck out there. It's just, it doesn't look good. So I don't know what, like Grizzlies fans, what do you guys want to have happen at this point? I don't even know. And I know it's early. I don't want to overreact to things too much, but it's hard to watch. Mavericks, they're fighting every night, man. And Coop's getting better every game, but believe it or not, because you're not having him play fucking point guard anymore, but just be the lead guard. It didn't make any sense, but regardless, Dallas, it feels like you're on an upswing. I know they're 4-10, but they've been in so many close games that they just haven't quite been able to pull out. If you have an AD and a Kyrie, it probably looks a lot better, right? Probably looks a lot better. You have to remember, this is a team that's been without like their three best players in Kyrie, AD, and like Derek Lively's been out a decent amount of this season already too. Like, it's just hard to win games when you don't have your best players, right? Sacramento Kings, they're the Sacramento Kings. So hopefully Sabonis will be free at some point soon. And then the Pelicans. What are the Pelicans doing out there, man? Like, they're just like, all right, we're going to play Queen and Fears like as much as we can. And, like, they're not playing bad. Like, they just look like rookies, right? It is what it is. But, like, are they just doubling down on things? And I see they might hire Darvin Ham, the guy that had no creativity to his shit anyway, to try to coach this really complex roster. Like, I really hope that doesn't happen for you Pelicans fans. This sucks. This just sucks. This is such a sad season when you can't even like spin the dice on Tankathon or whatever. It's rough. I'm really sorry about that. But anyway, that was last week in the film room. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it's a lot. Please leave me some feedback on this series because I want to make it good and I want it to be something that people actually like to watch or whatever. But as always, thank you very much. Let's move on to the comments of the video. Alrighty, y'all. Comment to the video is coming from our one trade every NBA team would make if the deadline was today video. I just really liked this comment. It comes from Vassell Gaming. I'm being an emotional little bitch boy at the moment, but I'd rather give up Fox in a Giannis trade and hold on to Castle. And I just said, oh my lord. But because I said like, hey, in this, like, yes, Castle's been like good. Fox is much more proven and everything, right? It's not quite rational to say this, but I'm like, I get it. Your emotions, you're excited about the young player or whatever. So I very much appreciate this comment. And like, Castle's been awesome, man. He's been a lot of fun. Like, obviously some very evident flaws in the game, but yeah, I just really liked this one. I thought it was awesome. But yeah, if you want to engage in more great basketball conversations, go join the Discord. Link is down in the description below. Otherwise, just leave me a comment. I got a bunch of comments I got to get to on the channel right now, and I respond to every single one. So you know, I'm gonna get this number back down to 0. I always do. Don't know how long I can maintain that for, but right now it's fine. I can do it. So test me out. See how many comments I'll respond to. But seriously, I appreciate you guys. Look out for the rookie report tomorrow, NBA progress report. I already know who I'm gonna do this on Thursday. And yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much, y'all. Bye.